Hi there folks, my name's Rob. I'm the owner and founder of Spillright Vacuums Australia and also all of the Spillright outlets around the world, in the UK, Germany, South Africa, Canada. I've been working on this business for 18 years. I started it a long time ago and I've developed all of the websites, the products, every single thing that you see in all the Spillright products and all the information you see, I've created it. I've been intimately involved in this business for a long time now, and I know every single aspect of it, all about the vacuums, the technical side, the customers, the marketing, how to get onto Google page one, every single thing that's allowed me to stay in business for 18 years and survive all the ups and downs of the economy is because of having a business like Spillright where you're not selling to the general customer, you're selling to other businesses. So you've come to this website, you've seen the advert on Business for Sale. So I'm selling outright businesses all around the world. If you scroll down the home page, you can see a couple have already sold. South Africa and Canada have already been sold. The ones that will be listed on here on the website will be ones available. I won't be selling Spillright Australia. I think I'll be keeping that. It's a really easy business to run. It makes amazing money for the amount of hours that I put in. I'll just go to one of the tabs here, B2b sales samples, I think it is. So if you go to here, it just gives you a list of some of the recent sales for Spillright Australia, some of the UK sales as well. Most of the sales are generally in the range of, say, $3,000 up to, say, $5,000, which would be the same as £3,000 or €3,000 and up. Some people want one or two products, or it's a bit more complicated. This one here was $11,000 sale. This one here was a £2,999 sale. This one here was a $6,611 sale. There was 2 units. Most of the units take between about 2 hours to 3 hours to make. And on average, I'm earning about maybe $1,000, which would be the equivalent of £1,000 or €1,000 per hour that you put in assembling the units. Now, if you go to some of my websites here, this is the UK website. I'll just bring up some of the products. Let's bring up, say, a drum top vacuum. Just looking for it now. Okay, this is what's called a drum top vacuum. These are really easy to put together. I've designed them in such a way that makes it really simple. I've designed also the internal components so that they're easy to get from hardware shops and plumbing shops. And obviously you can see it's laser cut and it's painted and looks very nice. These things are used by all sorts of businesses: offshore oil rigs, automotive, agriculture, construction, mining, textiles, food processing. They're just used by almost every single industrial business that you can think of because they're powered by compressed air, they're safe, they're very powerful, and they have no moving parts, so they basically don't ever break down. And when you make them ATEX certified, which means explosion proof, let me pull up one here, ATEX, excuse me, ATEX explosion proof, then you can actually charge a lot more. And this just, it's basically the same system, but it has a whole lot of anti-static features on it, so that if there was a static charge, then the static charge would be grounded, and that's the kind of vacuum that's required in a lot of industries. So say offshore oil and gas, or say food processing, or even grain silos and grain storage, they require anti-static units, so basically the place doesn't blow up. So they have to use compressed air and they need anti-static. These bring in a really high profit, and they're really simple to put together. And as I said, I've designed the whole thing, so I know it inside and out. Every single aspect of these vacuums I've designed in such a way to make it as easy as possible for me to assemble. So this one here, which is called a drum lid vacuum, that takes probably about 2.5 hours to put together. And again, you're looking at $2,500 to $3,500 depending on what model and what product accessories that you have with the unit. It's very powerful. It can do wet and dry, reverse pump out, it does all sorts of things. Anyway, so if you were to move ahead with one of the businesses which I'm offering, I'm going to be giving you on-site training in your city, wherever it is around the world. I'll be coming to you, and I will be explaining every single thing. And there'll be nothing that you can't ask me that I don't know, because I know every single aspect of this business. If you're just looking back on the homepage here of spillright.co.uk, which is the information website for the Spillright turnkey businesses, this sort of business can be done either way. It can be done as a single person operation, which is what I'm now running it as. I have all of excuse me, all of my subcontractors I have in a local area. So when I need to get parts, either drums, or I need to get something welded, or I need to get something painted, or I need components to fit in the vacuums, or the accessories like manual handling, it's all at my fingertips. So I'm running the whole Spillright thing now from a home office. And when with the sales in Australia, which generally come in each week, sometimes I might have a week and I don't sell anything, and the next week I sell 2 units, and it could be value anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000. So it can be run as a very low key, low hours, part-time business, or you can put on salespeople and really hammer it if that's what you want to do. With all of the vacuums that I've designed and make, because they're so widespread in regard to the industries that they're going to, there's literally millions of products that you could actually sell with the vacuums and create a business that is just out of control. I've never needed to do this. I've made all of my income from Spillright in the last 18 years just selling the vacuum. So I don't need to sell all these accessories. But having said that, I do sell a lot of hose, I sell filters, I sell drums, I sell manual handling equipment, like this sort of stuff here, like pallet lifters or anything that can move a drum. So they're called manual handling. Now, there's a lot of other electrical vacuum systems which you could sell as well. Once you get into the market and you've got your own website, which I will create for you, excuse me, then you're really not limited to anything. You can decide what you want to sell with the vacuums. You might just want to stick to the vacuums, or you might want to create a whole lot of sub-businesses and license them out or franchise them out, whatever you want to do. To me, there's so many different avenues you can go. Now, when you buy one of these Spillright businesses, once I've sold it to you, there's no fees coming back to me. It's all yours to do whatever you like. You'll have full technical support, marketing support for at least 12 months. And then after 12 months, we can negotiate if you want further. But within 12 months, you'll have your mind completely around every single thing that's required in this business. Okay, so let's move on to something else. So you might be thinking to yourself, okay, this looks really complex and really hard to do. Now, like any business you get into, there's obviously a steep learning curve. Because I've done everything and I know it inside out, I can tell you the easiest way to do it and the quickest way to do it. Now, I've obviously got a website here. It's a training website that goes through every single vacuum that I've ever built or made. And it shows you exactly through video training how to do this and how to do that and all the questions. And as we go forward, I'll be putting more videos online so that, when a customer says, oh, look, I've bought Spillright Sweden and I'm trying to work out how to do this and I don't quite know how to do that. Well, there'll be a video on it. So if there isn't a video, I will make one up because I enjoy doing all the videos. It's going through every single aspect of the actual building of the building of the vacuums, what it means, what sort of parts you require, all the images to show you every step by step of what to do. Every single aspect of running this business and understanding it will be laid out step by step. So you either can contact me direct, or you can just email me and say, Rob, I don't understand how to do this, or what does this actually mean? I will either have a video of it, or I can just shoot you back an email and say, right, this is what it means and this is how you do it. I've spent a long time building this business, and now it's, I enjoy doing it, but I get a lot of free time. So now is the time to actually sell off parts all around the world, because I just it's sitting out there and it's so easy to run, and it makes amazing income for really low effort. Now, for my European visitors who'll be looking at either the German or the Spanish or the Scandinavian or the Dutch variations, all the websites will be pretty well similar to this German one here. They'll be multilingual, so all the languages will work for whatever you want. With the German one here, I've actually put a lot of the articles up in German, so it'll come into the German Google. Now this website is probably only about 3 weeks old, so it's going to have no rankings in Google yet, but it's linked to the other websites, and eventually it'll start to get traction, and then you'll start to get hits on them. But it's all there, every single part of it. So if we have a look here, let's just swap it into Danish. Thinking about it, there we go. It's gone into Danish, and everything will be in Danish. Or if you're in the Netherlands, we'll click that into Netherlands. Okay, it will go into Dutch. Right, let's have a look at, I don't want to pull on any old product here. Right, so that's now in, I don't even know, I think that's Dutch. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. Got Spanish. Okay, so it goes to Spanish. Now, I'll put it back to English so I can work out where we are. Okay, every store, every Spillwright website has a store, which is basically listing the products that are available, and there'll be, I think it's 60 to 80 main high value products. Now, this will be listing these in Australian dollars, but wherever you are, wherever you access the website, it'll go into your currency. So this will be in euros or UK pounds or who knows what. But all of these products here are really pretty easy to put together, and it's really high value, high profit. And with most of the companies, more often than not, you're not going to sell it online via the shopping cart, although you can if you need to. Most of the companies will put through what's called a purchase order. So just let me pause this video for a second. So on the screen now we have a purchase order from a company called Blackwoods, and they are what's called a reseller. So they basically will be buying for a third party. So this particular unit here was a vacuum going to a company called Rio Tinto, which is a big mine, and that the vacuum was worth $6,138. That took about 4 to 5 hours to put together. Anyway, the reseller was buying this from the mine because the mine can't buy straight off me offline, and I don't want to hold accounts with them. I'm not going to wait 90 days for a payment. I want to get paid in advance. So I use what's called resellers, like a big industrial supply places. They purchase the vacuum on behalf of the mine, and I would probably give them a 10% discount. Sometimes I don't give them a discount. I'm just looking at this. I don't think I gave them a discount, and they charge the mine, and they whack on an extra part for the mine or the big industrial company, and then off you go. So most of the sales, probably I'd say 70% of the sales, are through a third party, like a reseller like this one. So the final little bit of the puzzle of this whole business opportunity is what is unique about Spillwright and the product. Well, most of the drum vacuums in the world are made in America, and they're imported into the UK or Europe. 90% are made in America. So I'm one of the few manufacturers outside of America that make these. Now, they're a unique product. They've got no moving parts. They don't create any static electricity, so it's ideal for any situation that's hazardous material. And if you're thinking about all the toxic waste which is getting put into the atmosphere, as a lot of industrial companies are, well, then you'd need to go for something like a HEPA vacuum. And I've designed HEPA vacuums. I'm just trying to find one here. So HEPA vacuums are like this one here, is designed to, suck up all sorts of toxic dust, go through the cyclone here, you can see on top of that drum there, and then this is the pneumatic compressed air power head, and that box in the center is a HEPA filter. And so the HEPA filter filters out all the things like silica dust or lead dust and things like that. So it's an expensive unit, and a lot of the big companies buy those, and at the moment they'd be buying super duper expensive electric ones from the well-known industrial vacuum companies. That's where Spillwright can slot in underneath it at a cheaper level and give the company the same solution. So they're really interesting things, and they sell for a high profit, and it's a regular seller, hence the reason I've been in business for 18 years. Now, probably the last point is, you might be thinking, well, they look really complex to make, and I don't really have any skills. Well, it's really simple. I've designed them in such a way that really it's just a matter of, if you can put a bolt together, and you can put some glue, a bit of glue here and there, which I don't really use glue, but just the example. It's really basic skills. And you might want to just do it yourself as your standalone business, or you might want to pay someone to do it. Get a guy to work in a small factory for you and put them together for you, and then you just run the whole show. There's different ways you can do it, but it is very simple business to run, and it's high profit for low hours. Okay, please look through all the websites, all my Spillwright websites, all the business information, and any queries you have, just email me. There's contact details on all of the websites, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, thanks for taking the time to listen to me. Bye-bye.